Hi everyone and welcome today. What you see here is the Nintendo Switch. This is a game console that's been out for quite some time on the market. I haven't had an opportunity to get it before today. So I was locally at one of my big box retailers. They had a repackaged one, which means someone had returned it for whatever reason. Haven't opened it up yet. Think all the pieces are here and looking forward to seeing what this thing looks like. I've been a fan of Nintendo ever since I was really young. Starting with the original Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and working our way all the way up to the Nintendo Switch that we have today. So the box comes in very nice packaging, consistent with what we usually see from Nintendo. Opening it up, we have the device and the controllers. The controllers, the two that come by default, are the red and the blue one. I believe you can also get different colors depending on what you like, and if there's a special edition of the Nintendo Switch that is coming out. I do know that there is an option where you can get them with both of them being gray. So it looks like we have the console, we have the controllers, we have the dock here, which is used for hooking up the Switch to your television, the power outlet there, or the brick, some documentation, and then the remaining parts from our Switch are here. Okay. So let's go ahead, let's take the Switch out, make sure it powers up. So it is a pretty nice device. It feels nice and heavy in your hands. Doesn't feel like it's going to be super heavy when you're playing, but there is definitely some weight to it. Kind of taking a tour of the device, what we see is on the top side, we have the power button, a volume control, a heating vent, so we can get some of that air as we're playing out from the device, because it is a pretty slim device. A jack for headphones, and the game card. The game card for this device is a small memory card. Has its own specific format in terms of what it looks like, but more or less it looks like a micro SD card that's a little bit bigger. And on the bottom, what we have is a connection for hooking up the power supply. So this is what the device is. We'll try powering it up. And we get the Nintendo logo, which is a good sign because it means it's powering up. I have not charged it. The battery is low, so at some point, we would be charging it and hopefully playing a game on it. I was able to purchase a couple of games over the last weekend for it. Overall, the console feels pretty nice. Doesn't feel too bad. Has some nice weight to it, as mentioned. We got the controllers here. Controllers look pretty interesting. They're these little devices, but I guess you should be able to play with them pretty comfortably. They have a nice tactile feel to them. Don't feel cheap at all. And they slide down the sides of your console. And there you go. This is your Nintendo Switch. In terms of my first impressions, it looks and feels like a pretty good system. I like the big screen. I like that you'd be able to see the game, very well, regardless of what environment you're in. But looking forward to using it on maybe some of my future travel trips, since I do travel quite often with work. Should be a nice system, entertaining, and fun to have around. With that said, thank you, and we'll be coming back with possibly some more reviews of this device as we get it running and we get some games playing on in the near future. Thanks.